I wanted to talk today a little bit about relationships. Many years ago, when I was studying at the Psychoanalytic Institute, the Modern Psychoanalytic Institute in Manhattan, there was a wonderful man that I had the very good fortune of learning how to do group work with him. And everybody wanted to be in his groups. So I would say that, the people that were in these groups were of a caliber that they were either, seekers of some sort, they were interested in growth, they were interested in developing their inner voice, and he just had a brilliant way about him, and I wanted to learn what he did and how he did it. But first, I was a student of his for quite a few years, and at one point there was a time when he had to leave his office very quickly. I had to ask him a question or something like that, and so he invited me to walk with him. We had a really wonderful conversation. It was very chatty, but it was poignant to me at the time, because I remember that I was telling him how being in this group had changed my life. I mean, there were just monumental changes that had developed as a result of being in this incredible group with him. And he turned to me and said very nonchalantly, he said, "You know what? It is one of many things. It is one of many things, but it is the relationships that help us to heal." And that has always stuck with me forever, because I thought about that for I still think about that. And it was like how brilliant he was. Not that I haven't run across that again since that time, but when I was much, much younger and studying this material and really, working on myself a lot, it was kind of a revelation to me. And so I dug deeper into what it meant to have a really wonderful relationship. But, this is something that we all need. We all need someone to witness us. We all need that person that we can turn to, that will just be a very good listener and just listen. Just listening, knowing how to listen is an art in itself. And being able to listen really with an open heart, without judgment, and just being a presence. And then, of course, asking the right questions at the right time to be a guide, not to be intrusive, but to help somebody's thinking further itself as you're thinking about your important questions that might be arising in you, like, why am I here? Of course, those are the big ones. Why am I here? Why am I having so many problems in relationships? Why is it that I can't find love? Why is my heart still heavy, even though it's been so many years after the loss of my loved one? And on and on and on. And sometimes it just takes that ability to sit down, to be with yourself, and then to allow another person to be there and just to be able to talk. Let them know exactly what you're thinking, what you're feeling, without editing it. And it is amazing the things will come up. Because once we begin to explore our internal world, we then also begin to gain insight. And we can't gain insight if somebody's constantly interrupting us and wanting to let you know about their experience, or they're wanting to be able to show you how smart they are. And because we all know those kind of people. They mean well, but they have their own healing to do because they're not able to sit with you. They're not able to sit with you and just be a presence. Those are such valuable relationships. And I am very fortunate to have several of those in my life. And I think if I didn't have them, there would have been times in my life when I honestly don't know how I would have gotten through. But I've always managed to have support around me in one way or another. And either professionally or, you know, through the work that I was doing. I was always connecting because I needed to speak about certain things that may be going on that I needed to discuss, and to help me be a better therapist, because I was always interested in being the type of therapist that would be effective. I didn't just want to be a therapist that would just sit there and basically be looking at the external world of everything and that would be it, because the external is important, but it's when we can finally get to the internal that the external can then begin to look a little different. We have perceptual change. So what I want to impress upon people today is the importance of being able to have that valuable relationship, that valuable person that you can sit down and speak with and feel free and know that you are cared for, loved for, and that you can just be yourself. We all want that. We all want that.